Hi, I'm Mike. The cows are the backbone of the ranch, and right now we're at the point where we could have a calf pretty much any day now. It's a very exciting time. And today we're going to take a look at our most likely cows to have that very first calf of the season and what else is in store for the month of March. It's all on the way today on our Wyoming Life. The ranch life is hard to explain. There's the land, the animals, the fences, and the oversized, almost overpowering sky of Wyoming. That sky, day or night, hovers over everything we do here on the ranch. From it comes the sunshine that the plants and the animals both bask in, and the rain that fills the reservoirs and feeds the grass, that in turn feeds the animals. If life on the ranch is a cycle, that cycle begins in the sky, and often it's the very first thing we look at every single morning upon venturing outside. One look at the clouds, the sun, or the lack of either will sometimes dictate our day, our week, or sometimes our month. The month of March is traditionally a mild month here in northeast Wyoming. The record high temperature for March was set back in 1916 and recorded at 92 degrees. 92 degrees in March in 1916? I could only imagine what the folks back then were thinking. I'm sure they thought it was the end of the world, like the sun was going to crash into the earth or something. The record low, minus 23 degrees Fahrenheit, was on March 3rd, 1960. Overall, the average high for the month is right around 48 degrees. Nighttime lows will still dip down into the low 20s, and we can expect about 11 inches of snow for the month. All in all, March has been a pretty good month for us over the years, and it's traditionally a good month for the cows. A majority of the cows, about 60 to 70%, are entering their last month of pregnancy, and any one of them could have a calf at any time, although we'd prefer if they'd wait just a little while longer. One of the things that develops in the calf last are its lungs. Calves born early are more likely to have breathing problems. In addition, it's during this last month that calves will form their final layer of fat, about 2% of their body weight, that'll protect them from the cold. Any calf born early at this point will require our intervention and help. And it's because of that that we start keeping a closer eye on the herd starting now and continuing through the end of calving, which will be in June. Starting in March, we'll be heading out and checking the herd a few times a day, at least 3 during daylight hours and a couple times at night. Cows are allowed to free roam about 400 acres at this point in the season, although they do stick close to home. It's any that wander off that will definitely draw our attention, as a need to separate herself from the herd is one of the first signs of calving. But like any rule, that rule's made to be broken, and some cows will have their calves right in the middle of everyone, sometimes during breakfast, pausing only long enough to say hi and then getting back to eating. Because each cow in the herd has her own personality, it's important that during calving, you know your cows. Because I often work many times by myself, I don't want to get hurt, and I make sure that during the entire season, the cows are used to seeing me in the gator and on foot all around them. They aren't scared of me, and many just see me as another part of their world. It's also the reason that anytime I'm around the cows, I wear the same black jacket or hoodie. The cows see the colors, and they get used to them, hopefully associating me with good feelings and happy thoughts. Another interesting wardrobe choice that I make is the fact that I don't wash my coat during the first few months of calving unless I absolutely have to. During calving, I'll carry newborns, I'll have moms drop after birth into my arms, and I'll be pooed and peed on. All of that carries with it a certain smell that the cows recognize and one that helps them see me as less of a threat. Of course, I don't come in the house with that coat on. In fact, keeping a change of clothes somewhere is probably a good thing. You're going to need them. Another thing that's never a bad practice is note keeping. You have to know when each cow is due. That's very helpful. And luckily, this year at preg checking, when we determined if each cow was pregnant, we were able to age her fetus. And based on that, we can get a rough due date for each cow. So we know which cows are due to be calving early. And we also want to take any notes on that cow that we need to check more often. Maybe a cow that has problems in the past, or one that's notorious for having big calves and that she has to have some help with. This year, I'm breaking away from my pad and pencil and going to try to join the 21st century. I've always kept cattle records on my computer with a program called CattleMax, but this year I'm heading out with an iPad and a hotspot from my phone that will allow me to keep those records on the go. I can now pull up, while in the field, which cow is due to have her calf next. Here we can see that we have a three-way tie between number 27, number 150, and number 184. I can also see their ages and any other information about them that I need to know. I know while 184 is only 3 years old, number 27, she's 12. I also know that she had a calf every year except for 2015, and those calves have all been average weight. I can also see that while she's due on April 2nd, in 2018 and in 2016, she had her calf about a week earlier than her due date. Now, if I were a betting man between her, the middle-aged number 150, and the young'un, number 184, I would say she would be the first one to have her calf. Then again, if I were in Vegas, they'd run me out of the casino because maybe I have an unfair advantage through years of record keeping. Through CattleMax, I can also add notes to certain cattle, but there's no real area to jot down a quick thought or something to remember while calving, such as the location of a new calf or a cow that you want to check later on. For that, I use a Google document. It's fairly simple to set up, and I can make notes on the fly. They're saved across Google online, and I can pull them up from any computer, and anyone I share them with can see them as well. This actually gives me a quick place to keep my thoughts because my head isn't always the most secure storage place. So my life at this point becomes a lot of driving around, checking on cows and looking at a lot of hind ends. In fact, I'm quickly realizing that instead of cows having ear tags, somebody should invent a tail tag because that's where we spend a majority of our quality time this time of year. Maybe something like a license plate. March may be what we call the pregame of calving, but it's also a precursor to spring. Erin's busy getting planted in the gardens, taking advantage of her nice new grow room in the shop, and she's already moving many plants into the high tunnels, where they will continue growing even through the below freezing nights and give us one of the earliest harvests in the area. Other projects that are coming up in March include a brand new way to take home a piece of the ranch yourself through our website and beef jerky raised right here. Starting next month, we'll be offering monthly subscription boxes where you can get your favorite flavors of beef jerky right here, raised on the ranch, and delivered directly to your door. And speaking of doors, you might be going through one very soon, and come and visit for yourself the ranch. Our farmhouse is almost done, and in our very next video, I'm going to take you for a little tour of the farmhouse and let you know exactly how you can book it for your next vacation. I promise I won't work you too hard. Our goal is actually to bring people closer to agriculture, and I can't think of a better way to do it than to be right here on the ranch. Springtime is just around the corner. It doesn't look like it now, and I know that we're still going to have snowstorms ahead of us and a few very hard, long days and nights. But with the right attitude, preparedness, and a little bit of good luck and a good pair of long johns, we'll have it all under control. I can't wait to bring you along. Please subscribe, hit that thumbs up if you like this video, and get ready for a whole lot more as things are ready to heat up on the ranch. Until next time, have a great week, and thanks for joining us in our Wyoming Life.